Thank you for joining me again. This time I'm going to read Proverbs 1 verse 7 to you from the Living Translation. And it goes like this. Fear of the Lord is the foundation of true knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and discipline. There's so much in the way that the New Living Translation puts it that I think is so valuable. Wisdom and discipline are not considered to be foolish. They're considered to be something that is worthwhile pursuing. But I think you and I can agree on this, that living a disciplined life will allow you to not become lazy. Living a disciplined life will allow you to accomplish and achieve things. But discipline and being active and being busy does not mean that you are getting close to God. Because if discipline was a function that would draw you close to God, then anybody that's just disciplined would be godly. So then we get to the question, well, if discipline is a value system, then isn't it worth living a strong value system rather than not having a value system? I would immediately say, yes, I agree with you. But it is also true that human values and the values we are taught by our culture can be very different from one culture to another, but it doesn't mean to say that they're going to draw you to God. On the contrary, I'd say in some culture, the value is so strong, the values of the culture are so strong, but they can be so void of God. I mean, just having a conversation about this, and again, I'm going to get back to dreams and reaching for a dream in a minute here, but you know, there are some cultures, and if I go backwards in time, for example, in the Greek culture, people valued physical strength and really chiseled muscles, and men, they really valued the power and the athleticism and the strength of men. And of course, many of the pieces of art that we see around the world, statues, are about chiseled, very well-formed male bodies. And in the female, the thing that was valued was the beauty of the woman, the motherhood of the woman, and the things that go around a woman raising a family. None of those values are values that necessarily draw you to God or give your life meaning before God or significance or assignment. So then it's fair to say, to be a Christian without discipline is not a good thing, because you can be born again and have no discipline and your life can go down the tubes. So you can be foolish and despise the wisdom of discipline, but at the same time, you can have a lot of knowledge and discipline and just ignore God and say, because I've learned a lot, I know a lot, I can give myself to a lot, then I can accomplish a lot. Well, yes, but doesn't mean to say you know anything about God. So we come back down to the fundamental of the fear of the Lord is the foundation of true knowledge. Again, this is not just information. This is not just knowing about life and knowing about the things of life. This is the true knowledge of God. And if you reach for a dream that is absent that true knowledge, then what's your whole dream based on? Your whole dream, reaching for that, whatever dream, is all about discipline and about the knowledge of the world system around you. I mean, your mind, my mind, our way of thinking, our educated Western mindset, if you want to call it that, is going to have a conflict always. We're going to have a conflict about this because we're going to think, if I take charge and I'm disciplined and I have as much knowledge as I can make much of my life. And you can. But then I say to you, well, why wouldn't you use that same discipline to go for God? And so you say, well, I will do that too. Now you're going to be in a place, I'm going to do that too. Which one's the highest priority? If you say, I'm going to do that too, I'm going to also follow God, then God is the also afterthought. But if you say, hey, I'm going to go after the fear of the Lord, so that my real knowledge of life is going to be the thing that drives me, then I can also be disciplined. Then I can also have knowledge and information about life. Now I've got it in the right perspective. I've got it in the right order. Come on, this is a good thing for us to be talking about the basics of stuff that we have to face in our everyday life. This internal conflict. In fact, the New Testament, the Amplified Bible says moral conflicts and agitating passions. That we can be free of these moral conflicts and agitating passions. How? That we can just fear the Lord, because that's the true knowledge that will guide us. But I promise you, your own mind and the world around you is going to contest that hotly, fiercely, every day of your life. But God is with us.